wait for that important call. It could be from the Queen, you never know. Great. So let's see. Hi, that's the first thing I need to do. Yeah, great. So raise your hand if you've ever been through a difficult situation. Great. I was expecting to possibly see some hands down. But raise your hand if in the midst of your difficult situations you'd love to be able to overcome them and rise above that situation. And say aye. Aye. So, as you're here, possibly some of you have gone through some hoops, some challenges that have really knocked you to the ground, knocked your confidence. Possibly you've been in situations where you think, okay, I can see my goal ahead of me, but can I actually reach it? Maybe you're here because you're actually fed up of doing your 9 to 5, living paycheck by paycheck, not having enough time for your families, and knowing that you have the potential to do so much more, but possibly fear or doubt or the circumstances that you have been through have held you back. But I want you to imagine, just imagine that you're no longer there, but you're now here. You're now living that dream. You're now living up to your purpose. You now feel like you're doing what you've been placed on this earth to do. You now have that spark that once you thought was gone. So if that vehicle was right here, right now, that would get you from there to here, would you board that vehicle, guys? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. That's why you're here. Because you could see that what Denise and Elsie has created is one of those vehicles for you to get the information to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. Or even if you're happy with where you are now, you're still going to get further and better at what you're doing. And that's why I'm here today to speak about overcoming challenges. So I wrote a book titled Overcome and Rise Above, how to turn the downside of your challenges into the upside of renewing your life. Because would we agree that in every stage of your life, you've gone through one challenge or another? It could be when you're in your teenage years or as an adult. We've all faced challenges. But the thing is, it's not about facing the challenges that is important, but it's about how you deal with them. Because that is the lasting effect, how you deal with your challenges. Because we all get challenges. Some knock people to the ground and they don't get back up, but some have the ability to get back up. So this is why overcoming challenges is very important. And you may say, why now? Why is it important now? But my question is, why not now? Why say tomorrow when you can do what you can do today? And that's some of the areas that I'm going to look at. Because one of the things is that most people never fulfill their purpose because they suffer from what we call possibility blindness. And let me tell you, this is one thing Specsavers still hasn't found. I don't think they will. But possibility blindness is very serious and very crucial in the areas of overcoming challenges. Because guess what? That blindness is going to tell you 101 reasons why you cannot, you won't, you're unable to do what it is that you desire to do. So that is one blindness that many of us as women need to get rid of. I suffered from that blindness for quite some time, and it held me back for a very, very long time until I got glasses and I could see clearly. Right. But what surprised me was reading a magazine and realizing that 95% of people don't actually live up to their purpose. They don't actually live up to what they really desired. Some of you may have grown up saying, I want to be an air hostess, or I want to be an actress. But the funny thing is, 84% of that 95% actually have never ever taken a step into the direction of their purpose, which is a scary fact. And 11% of that 95 actually did recognize their why, did recognize their purpose, and they went on a journey. But then they hit the wall of there's not enough money, I have children, it's just too difficult, I didn't expect this, and they start to reverse. And they go back to the comfort zone, where things are comfortable, you feel comfortable being where you are. But guess what, there's a 5%, and I would like to believe that all of you beautiful women in this room is a part of that 5%. The 5% that not only recognizes their why, but is determined to do what it takes to get there. And that's why you're here, because you're taking a step. Because you're not satisfied with what's going on around you. So you want to do more. You want to help more people. And that's a part of overcoming challenges. You see, each and every one of us here, including myself, being born on this earth, you were given a blank book. A blank book, an empty book. And what you do daily determines what is going to be in that book. I know many of us would like to go back and tear out some pages and maybe get an eraser and stuff, but unfortunately we can't do that. But what you can do is decide what's going to be written on the next page. What you can do is decide what's going to be written in the next chapter. And that's why you're here. I grew up in this home back in Jamaica. So if there's anybody from the Caribbean here, I was born here in the UK. And I left when I was at the age of 3. And why I'm sharing this story with you is because many people ask the question, why now? Why do I need to make that step now? Why can't I do it tomorrow? I grew up with my grandparents, and I had a very close relationship with my granddad. And he became ill in 2012, and every day I was meaning to go and make that move to book my ticket to go and visit him. And then when I was just about to go and do it, another one of my aunts called and said, I'm traveling out next week as well, so why don't we go together? And I thought, it's only a few days, why not? Unfortunately, I was supposed to travel to Jamaica on the 12th of March, but my granddad died on the 10th of March, just 2 days before I went. And it left a question in my heart that I want to share with you. What are you waiting for? You see, so many times we say tomorrow, we take advantage of time. We take care of our laptops, we take care of our phones, things that can be replaced. We can insure them and replace them. But I want one of you to tell me who can rewind back to when I just started speaking. Maybe on your phone you can, but in your life you can't. And that's one of the most important things that we're supposed to be paying attention to, but we don't. And I always dedicate my talks to my granddad, because he made that question be in my heart for me to take the step to write this book. What am I waiting for? So I decided to no longer wait. And this is just a quote that I want to share with you. Do not let the decision you refuse to take today be the result you regret tomorrow. There's many decisions that we've not taken at some point in our lives. And then next week comes and we're saying to ourselves, what if? And that's a question I ask myself. What if? What if I had booked my tickets just a few days or a few weeks before? What if? But what if at that time, it's not really important, is it? Because you can't really reverse. You can't go back. And I just wanted to share this. I know there's a lot of picture of myself, but if I'm speaking about challenges, I have to speak about myself to you. But the reason why I show this is for you to look at and reflect at yourself. And you see the different stages that you go through. You see, as a child, you told yourself, once I get out of my parents' house, all of these challenges are going to be over. I'll be free. Great. You're now free and you're now an adult. And you're now saying, oh my God, I wish I was back in my mom's house. Because now I have bills to pay and I have rent and I have everything that's going on. And then we say, okay, guess what? If we get married, then the man will be able to take care of everything. And then you go through those challenges. And you say, I wish I was single again. And then the person that is single is saying, oh my gosh, I wish I was married because then I would get rid of everything. So in every stage of your life, there is a challenge. And that's why Les Brown says that when you fall to the ground, it's not about the falling. Because anybody can fall. Each and every one of us can go through a situation that knocks us to the ground. But the importance is that you land on your back, because if you can look up, then you can get up. That's what's important, the getting up stage. So many people get knocked down, but they can't find that strength to get up because that purpose is not big enough. So you need to check your purpose, check your why. Is it big enough that if difficulty comes along the line, I'll be able to deal with it? And this is where part of my story comes in. Because if I was going to tell my whole story, I would be here for the whole night, and then Elsie would have to run me out. But if you had been with me in the year 2005, I was in a very, very dark place. Physically, mentally, and at that point in time, I was in a dark room. I was locked in my bathroom, to be specific. It was a dark room. You see, I lived with Jekyll and Hyde. Lovely man, handsome, loved to cook, very great with the kids. But the other side, you could hear so much filth that could make you feel as low as the scum on your shoe. And I remember sitting in that bathroom and I was thinking to myself, this is not me, this is not who I am, this is not what I've seen for my life. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you're saying, 10 years ago, this is not where I saw myself. And that's how I was in that bathroom. It was a cold night, but I could still feel sweat trickling down my back. I could feel the beads of sweat on my forehead. And I was just saying to myself, how long am I going to remain in this situation? You see, that night, I felt like I was in the ring with Muhammad Ali. But only my head felt like a butterfly, and the wounds that I had stung like a bee. And I sat there in that dark and I thought to myself, why am I doing this to myself? Why do I keep thinking I can change someone to be what I want them to be? Why am I allowing myself to settle for what's happening to me? Being kicked, punched, having food thrown in my face. For what reason? Because I'm better than that. But you know, sometimes you're in a place and you keep thinking and you keep hoping that better is going to come. And I waited for that better to come for 5 years. But have you ever been in a situation and you turn the TV on and it's like the person on the TV is speaking to you, speaking to your situation? Or you turn the radio on, or you open a book. And for some reason, whilst I was there in that bathroom, this song came to me. I don't know if I'll be able to sing it because my voice has been very funny since yesterday. No more pain, no more pain, no more pain, no more pain, no sorrows, no more dramas in my life. No one's gonna make me hurt again. That's the song. And I thought to myself, is that a coincidence? But I don't think it was. Because why? Why at that point in time when I was having this flashback, when I was going through everything? And I decided at that point that no matter what happens when I open this door, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. And that's what I did. When I opened the door, I made up my mind that this is it. I know Michael Jackson said this is it, but this is Michelle saying this is it. You know? And that was a starting point for me of overcoming my challenge. But does that mean that my challenge just ended there? No, because I came out of the life with Jekyll and Hyde, but he didn't come out of my life. Can you imagine waking up, going outside, seeing your car marked from left to right, going to your friend's house and ready to go home and finding all your 4 tires punctured? Do you know what it's like to go work and come back home and all your clothes is gone from the closet? Or to have your bag gone? Or to wake up one night and just see someone standing over you and you don't know what's going to happen next? It's a challenge. But many of us go through challenges. Yours might be different from mine. It doesn't make it any less of a challenge. You may be scared of snakes, I may be scared of spiders, but it's our challenge. But one thing I realize is that you cry out for help. Let me just go back to that quickly. Sorry, Elsie, I don't know what I did. Yeah. Because I realized that I had to speak out. And I remember somebody saying to me once, how do you manage to talk about this so fine and okay? Because I didn't realize that speaking out about it helped other people. So it was no longer about me. But I read a book called The Impact Code, and it said something and I just really grabbed that. It said, no one can answer a phone call that wasn't made. Nobody could help me because I have a big family, but did I speak to them? Did I tell them what was happening? No, because I always felt that I could manage on my own. And that's what we do when we have challenges sometimes. We allow pride to come in and say we can manage on our own. When there are other people out there that have been through that challenge and they know what to do, they know how to help you. For instance, Elsie's done a lot of properties. There's many people that have experiences. Denise has had an experience. Wendy, most of the speakers. So why do you keep yourself quiet and think that the help will come? You have to go out there and get that help. And that's what I did. And things really started turning around when I met my publisher, Jerry Roberts. And I told him my story, because you see, fear started to speak then. Even then, when I started writing my book, fear told me, no one's going to read that book. No one's going to listen to your story, but here you are, you're listening to me now. I don't even know half of the room, but you're listening to me. But fear told me this wouldn't happen. And that's what many of us do. We allow fear to tell us that the dreams and the desires that we have, it's not possible. And we need to move beyond that, because we can do better and greater things. And I sit back and I look at this, and I think to myself, in that little space of time, I've met a lot of people, done a lot of things. But the bit that I didn't share with you is that I went so low that I tried to take my life. And we would think, oh, so selfish, because yeah, that's what I normally think. But Les Brown says something. He says, sometimes in life, things catch you on the blind side. Some people are able to see straight away, but sometimes you remain blind for a very long time. And you don't see the potential that you have in you, and you just give up. I couldn't see the beauty in my children at that time, because for me, everything was just wrong. But it's a challenge, and you have to overcome it. You see, if you don't make use of what you've got, someone else will make use of it for you. Now, how many times have you had an idea, and you said, yes, it's a great idea, I'm going to implement it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes today or tomorrow, and then the day after, and then you hear somebody has put that idea out there, and they're like, I thought of that. Yes, you did, but did you do anything about it? Did you take any action? Did you take a step? No, you just wrote it down on a book and put it in your room, and your book remains full, your brain empty, and there's no action taken. That's what many of us do. And I want you to quickly look at this clip, because that's what many of us have. We have great talents in our hands, great power, but we don't do anything with it. Then somebody comes and takes it away. So I just want to see if you would want to be like this person. It's very sad, but it's true. Think of yourself of the visions that you have in your hand. Those things that we think are very little, but very crucial and very important. But do you want to be the person that sees the opportunity, or do you want to be the person that sees it? Now, I want you to take a look at these Mission Impossible people. Because you see, they saw something, they saw their opportunity. May have been difficult, but guess what? They did it. I just saw these little clips and I thought, what a better way to share with people things that happen. There's a gate blocking him, right? We have stumbling blocks in our ways, yeah? And what we do, we reverse, we back up. He's not backing up. Yeah? He's there. That's exactly what he's saying.
It's like hell over there.
Look at him and say, that's too hard, I can't get over that. So you say, I can't get over that. But look, he's not thinking about how hard he's going to fall when he lands. He just went over. That's LCD 1 construction. You make a way. He's having difficulties, isn't he? We do have them. We have difficulties in anything that you're doing, your projects that you want to start, and you're thinking this is not possible, but it is. But this is the case, because in helping yourself, you can also then help others. Because you've done it, you've walked the road, and you've made it happen. He knows exactly what he's going to do, and he knows who exactly he's going to help. That's what you'll be able to do when you overcome your challenges. Oh, wow. That go-to person. And he's making sure he gets rid of anything that will block him in. And that's what you need to do. Get rid of those things. or too low. I just had to share that with you. Yeah, it's on YouTube. There's a lot of different ones of them, but I just really had to say that because it really resonated with what I was saying. Because challenges knock you left, right, and center. It will tell you reasons why things are going to be too difficult. Now, what is the challenge? The situation of being faced with something that needs great mental or physical effort in order to be successful. But this is what I love. Test of one's ability. Going through your challenge will let you know how strong you are, how resilient you are, how very dedicated you are about your purpose and your why.
Yeah.
That's how you will know that you really mean business. You know what? But guess what? It makes you realize your ability, how strong you are, and how well you can do. And that's with each and every one of us. Now I came up with this acronym to overcome challenge. You need to be confident. You need to be confident in yourself. You need to believe in what you can do, what you have the capability of doing. You need to have hope. Because if you don't believe that it is possible, it won't work. And you can't expect somebody else to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. You need to take action. That's my favorite one. Sometimes when challenge knocks us, that's when we coop up and we stop working. No, that's the time that you need to get moving. And you need to do exactly what you're doing now. Be around like-minded people. You don't need to be around energy drainers. It won't work. Because you can't overcome a challenge when something is there sucking your energy. So you need to be around like-minded people that's going to really motivate you. And you need to learn the lesson that's in a challenge. Every challenge teaches a lesson. Every challenge. There's always a lesson in there. Something, a little nugget for you to learn from. And you need to evolve. I'm sure that when Elsie and Denise were doing what they were doing, they didn't see this seminar just yet. But they began to evolve, despite any difficulty or any challenge that was along the way. And you need to nurture. Nurture your strengths. Nurture your strengths. Let it continue to grow. Recognize the areas that you are strong. But you also need to pay attention to the areas that you're very weak. Sometimes we don't pay attention to that because we don't want to accept that there's areas that we're weak. But we have to. You need a goal. You have to have a goal. Because if you don't know where you're going, anybody can direct you to anywhere you will follow. Because if they bring a direction to you that seems a lot easier, you're going to take it. But it's not taking you to the direction that you plan to go. So why are you going along with it? And we do that so many times. And we're so busy throughout the day, and we're thinking, hold on, I'm busy, but I haven't really done anything that was linking to my project or linking to anything that I'm doing. And you need to emulate. Find people that have already done what you've done. Because guaranteed they've passed through some challenges that you might end up facing. So emulate them. But there's one that I pinpointed out to go into deeper just for a few seconds as I'm rounding up. And it's action. That's the most important one. Very important. To take action, you need accountability. Because so many of us say we're taking action, but we're not really. We go home, we write it on the paper, but we've not really done anything with it. And it's good to have an accountability partner, life coach or mentor, but somebody that can really remind you, you said you were going to do this, you haven't done it. You need to be conscious. Be conscious of your surroundings. Be conscious of your circle of influence. Be conscious of your friends. Be conscious of your daily activities. Is it tallying back with what my goal is for the year? Because I used to do that. I used to run a rat race. I'm always so busy. At the end of the year, I look at my goal sheet and I'm like, huh, what happened? But I was busy. Yes, but not busy doing what I was supposed to be doing. So be conscious of what you're doing. Pay close attention to time. I already spoke about that. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm being conscious of time because I soon need to go. So be conscious of time. Be involved. Be involved in groups. Be involved with positive people, keep getting involved. When challenges come, that's the time when you don't want to see nobody, you don't want to talk to nobody, but I guarantee you, you won't get out of that challenge by locking yourself in a toilet like I did, or locking yourself in a room. Get involved. An opportunity. As you saw those babies, they saw an opportunity and they took it. They didn't wait for anybody to come and help them. Because sometimes that's what we do. We hover in a corner and we wait for somebody to come. Why can't somebody see what I'm going through? Why can't they help me? Why can't you help yourself? Why can't you do what you need to do to get you to where you need to go? And the last one is next. I know somebody may be saying next. But if you don't know what you're going to do next, you're going to just remain stuck. You finish what you're doing now, and then you're pondering, and you have that break. So you'll be thinking, what's next? So that's my question to you. What's next? What's next on your agenda? What next are you planning to do? Because you need to know that. You need to be aware. And I think I skipped just that last quote from the great man Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You have to start to be great. That's the only way you know your capabilities. And that's my details, and that's my book. I wasn't great when I started it, but at least I'm getting there now because I've done something. And I can look at it and say, I've done something. So do something that you want to do. You want to do. And remember that in life, things don't always come easy. You may have to fight tooth and nails to get it. You may have to struggle. You may have to jump some hoops. But always keep the end goal in sight. Because when you know your why and when it's strong enough, nothing can stop you. Nobody that's abusing you, nobody that's told you that you're worthless, nobody that's told you that you're not good enough, won't stop you. Once you believe strongly enough, you can do it. If I've done it, so can you. And if other people have done it, I thought to myself, why not me? I've seen other people that have gone through a lot worse than I've gone through, and they've made something of their lives. And I just thought to myself, well, heck, you know what? I ain't getting nowhere doing what I'm doing now, so I better try something else. So if you're doing certain things and you realize it's not getting you anywhere, change your style. You're a beautiful woman, despite what anybody wants to say, and you have power within you. That's why men are so scared of us. But yeah, so just overcome and rise above any circumstances and turn the downside of them into the upside of renewing your life. Thank you very much.